Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to build a chopping board table runner. Make it whatever you want to make it. We're going to glue small bits together that we get offcuts from this local furniture company. Just go in there, whoever makes furniture, just go in there and ask them if they've got any offcuts. Some will, some won't. So we're going to glue them all together, make a board up and sand it up, and then at the end we're going to put lightning strikes to it with electricity. So we're going to use what they call fracture burning. Quite dangerous, actually very dangerous. You can die from it, but I'll show you what to do. If you're a kid, don't do this. Even a lot of adults, if you're not quite switched on, don't do it. Very dangerous. Chopping board bit, sweet as. The lightning bit, something like 1000 volts with no safety. So anyway, we'll get started. All right. First of all, earmuffs. We don't need them right now. So I got here from Vic Ash, local furniture builder here in Australia. Beautiful bits of timber, lucky he's my mate, so I get very good prices. We'll get it for free. He's going to start charging me soon, I can guarantee that. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to put into place what we roughly want to do. And what colours we want. They're all roughly the same colour, being the same timber, but yeah, you've got lighter ones, darker ones. Up to you what you want to do. Now I'm also going to chuck a bit of Merbau, probably down the middle I reckon. That I just got from the hardware. It's just cheap shit really. It's got joins in it, but it doesn't matter. Now when you do fracture burning, this wood is not going to burn too well because it has glues in it. It doesn't burn too well. I've got none to show you right now, but anyway, this will burn awesome. It'll go here, it even jump across there, even though it's going to have glue, you're still going to get a pretty good pattern. We've got some redwood here, so red gum here that I've done a while ago. I haven't done it with it yet, but I will. Right, so I'm probably going to put that, I'll probably off center it, something about that. I'm seriously not too worried about what colours are going to look like. It's going to look good in the end anyway. So, here's my pattern. Now, I've got just your standard PVA glue, just from the local hardware store, nothing too expensive, nothing too crazy, as long as it's waterproof. If you're going to use the chopping board, you're clearly going to wash that chopping board, so let's make sure it's waterproof. Alright, I'll get started on gluing it up. I'm not going to show you the whole process because it's going to take forever, and then we'll go from there. One thing I've got to say, it is 6:30 at night, so I'm not cutting anything, not making any dust. Gotta have a beer, always gotta have a beer. So let's get stuck into it. Bit of a silly duffer. I didn't buy glue today, and I need it, so I can't finish this board. That's alright, because you get the gist of what's happening. We glue all this together, then we get vice grips. Yeah, don't like the beer over, that's not cool. Then we're just going to clamp them together. You're going to get the gist of what to do. Just get your glue. Make sure you put heaps on. Don't be stingy. Put a heap on. Just make sure whatever you do, make sure you got enough. Don't do what I just did, but it doesn't matter because what will happen, this will dry tomorrow, and then I'll have to go again and put more on. Just means this is going to take longer to dry because instead of working it tomorrow, I'm going to have to glue more bits on tomorrow. And so you want it to really sit for. You really want to sit for 23 hours at least. Alright. So just work your way through these clamps. Just clamp on. You got to make sure when you're doing it, the timber doesn't bow. Doesn't matter if your ends aren't straight, I'm going to cut them off later, so I really don't care about them. But you want it nice and tight. You'll see the glue coming through. Oh yeah. Look at that glue. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, there's a bit of a gap here, so it's going to move the clamp to that gap. Voila. Now this is all water based, so we'll clean this up with a bit of water in the rag, and set this aside now. Let this dry for 24 hours. I'm going to add on to this, but I've got some boards here that are pre-glued, so we can keep doing this video. So we'll go to the next section. Now we're doing the cleaning. Good time to have a bit of beer. Typically everyone knows how to clean, so I just keep a bucket of water in the shed. Always keep a bucket of water in the shed at all times. Always doing random stuff, and God knows what can happen. Fires or get stuff all over my hands, whatever. So always have a bucket of water in the shed. Excellent. Nothing like some good old work shirts to clean up. Beautiful. Alright. Now, 24 hours later, this is what it's going to look like. Beautiful, looks good. Now it's going to, we don't want that to happen. Now it's going to be rough. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to plane this down until we get it as smooth as we possibly can. Now I've just got an old planer, used to be my dad's many years ago, but it works an absolute treat, so I kind of figured what's the point of buying a new one. It works fine. So I'll start on lower setting first, put my beer aside because I don't want wood chips to go in that. Alright. I wear earmuffs because everything hurts my ears now. Never used to wear earmuffs, just think I was cool not wearing earmuffs. I can't even mow the lawn now with no earmuffs. I always wear earmuffs. I don't care what you do. Yeah, so I don't care what you do. If you don't wear earmuffs, your ears, not mine. But anyway. So you're kind of getting the gist of what I'm doing. I'm just planing it back, play your setting, do what you want to do. If you want to go higher, so your blade comes out more, that's up to you, but you can wreck your timber. I just go 0, I'll probably turn up a little bit. Mate, I don't think I'll go to 0.5, but I'll play around with it. It starts chewing timber, turn it back down. But you get the gist of what's going on there. So anyway, I'll keep going with this and get this board all
picking up the pieces up on the floor. How'd I know there was gonna be a war? Words of sorrow, words of spite, rain in my air.
Alright, so you get the gist of what's going on there. Now I am going to tell you, I'm not a chippy, I'm not a carpenter, same thing. I'm just a backyard guy that just likes playing with timber, metal, anything. I always want to do projects. So if you look at me and you go, oh, he's doing it wrong or whatever, sorry, but it works for me and that's what I'm going to keep doing. So, you know, you can do it whichever way you want or do whatever you want. This works for me, what I'm doing, so I'm cool with that. Now, as you can see, I will try and do this outside because it makes a shitload of dust, sort of. So now I've got to do a cleanup. Now we've planed it all up, we're going to do a quick little clean up around the bench. Beer's nearly empty. Which is not good, but anyway, that's fine. I'm going to start off with 60 grit sandpaper on sander, the orbital sander. You can hand sand if you want. I'm lazy, so I'm going to use a sander. But I'll start off with 60, just do a quick 60 over it. Just level it out a little bit more, fix it up a little bit, and then I'm going to change from 60 to 80, 80 to 180, and I'll finish on a 240. You can skip a couple of those steps if you like. Really doesn't matter. Depends on what kind of finish you want, smoother you want. Obviously, the more steps you're going to do. But I'm going to do the 4 steps. It's pretty smooth now, so it won't take too much to do it. This is where you're just going to stop. You're just going to build the chopping board, table runner, whatever you're building, and that's all you're going to do. You're not going to do the fracture burning. I've just done a 60 grit, but just continue through 80 grit, 180 grit, 240 until it's smooth enough to your liking, and then we'll show you the beveled edges and stuff later. And that's the end of that. But because I'm doing the fracture burning, we're not going to worry too much about sanding the rest of it, because once we burn it, we're going to have to sand it anyway. So I've just done the 60 grit across it. I'm then going to go to the 80 grit, give that a quick sand, and then we're going to do the fracture burning, because if we get all perfect now, it's pointless, because I'm going to have to sand it all later, because when you do fracture burning, it burns a lot more timber that we don't want burned, so we sand it all and make it look nice. So if you're just on a board with no burning, then keep going with the sanding. You probably have to fast forward some of this video to get to where we finish the board off. Otherwise, yep, do 60, 80 grit, then stop, and then we'll do the fracture burn.